Well, hello there, and welcome back to Freeform Disney. And hey, I've got a special guest today, my wife Natalia. She's joining us, so we can go ahead and watch WandaVision together.
Yep, I exist.
She exists.
Not a part of this imagination.
Right. As I said, some of you might have actually heard her voice before, back over on, what was that? The third video ever on the channel, actually. So way back.
Yep. I'm a star already.
Right. That was the what if video way back on Snow White. So she did Snow White's voice in there. So way back.
I'll take autographs, after the live stream. So.
Well, and so let me say, hello
Hi,
there to
Geek
Allison.
Girl,
And
7517.
Yep. So hey, that means we'll be able to live stream the different MCU shows coming up. So that's going to be a ton of fun.
Yes.
Okay. So I said, sorry for the delay. We got in a little bit late, having last minute audio issues, trying to go get things to work. We'll have it cleaned up better next time around. So.
Yep. And this is my first time live streaming and that kind of thing. So I'll try to make sure to stay in the camera and.
Yeah. All those fun tricks, right? Okay, so we are about a minute out. So, as I said, unsurprisingly, we watched WandaVision together ourselves back last week around. And then, well, as I said, we've seen it a few times since. Obviously, I watched it with all of you last week on Friday. But then I think Natalia and I have watched it at least twice more since then. So I think that means you've seen the episodes 3 times. I've seen them 4 times.
Yep. What can I say? Marvel's been something that's really close to us. We started since the very beginning.
We did. All the way back with Iron Man in the theaters. So we've seen every single one of the MCU movies in the theaters together. So it's been a journey we've definitely gone through together there.
Yes. Hello, Dark Skull, and hello, Allison Wallace. Yes, definitely going to be great.
Oh, yes, indeed. So just to check, audio levels obviously sound like they're good for everybody out there, since I haven't heard anybody saying otherwise, so I'm going to assume we're sounding good.
Yep.
Let's see, it has hit midnight, so let us see if Disney Plus has the new episode up. Always a question right at the hour. How long it'll take to get in.
Yeah, especially sometimes with that weird delay going on.
Thank you, girl. Good to hear we're sounding good.
Cool.
Oh, wow. Yep. Looks like it's going to be up and ready, so that is going to be nice. It looks like this one is around that 30-minute mark.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to wait till everybody else can see it. We don't want to start before everybody else is ready. But, yeah, it's up on our side, so I've got it sitting right at the 0-second mark and paused.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just for everyone who is new to the channel, perhaps, once we get it ready and to go, up above my head here and Natalia's head, up in this blue space up here, there will be a timer, and that will go ahead and give you the time as to what time it is as we're watching. So that way, if you're watching with us or you join late, you can catch up to us. Or heck, if you choose to watch this live stream later after we've aired, you can go ahead and sync up your watching of WandaVision to ours. And we're waiting a second there because I still see some of you are still working on getting the episode up and loaded. Mm-hmm. Oh, and also while I'm at it, don't forget to click that like button. Hopefully get some more people in here watching us and joining us all here in the chat or just watching the channel as a whole. So, yes. All good.
Meanwhile, while we're waiting, I just want to show we got these cute little Funko Pops.
Oh, we did, yes.
See it.
Yes, if you're a patron, you actually saw this just the other day because I put up a picture of these cool Funko Pops. But yeah, now all of you get to see them as well, which is great.
Yeah.
So they're sitting right here on the desk in front of us.
Yep. And actually little bobbleheads. Didn't expect that.
Okay, I'm seeing everybody seems to be all good in the chat. If anybody is not, now is your moment to speak up and say you need me to hold on, or us to hold on a moment before we press the play button. So we'll give you just a second there.
I know, right? Definitely cute Funkos.
Oh yeah, they are. Love the black and white on them too.
Yes.
Okay. So, at this point, are we up into the 70s maybe now? Late 60s? We'll see where we are in WandaVision.
Why you up, Cookie Dough Animator? Because we love this so much, we just have to watch it. I myself go to bed like around 10, so...
Right, no kidding. Well, hey. In the words of Anna, we're awake, so you're awake.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay, so it seems like everybody is ready. So that means, again, that timer will go up above my head and Natalia's head up here. It'll tell you at the time's going, and we're going to go ahead and say, ready, set, and go. Oh, this was
yeah,
fun.
the bee person. Love how she says no and everything like rewinds. Like this is somehow related to her powers.
Yeah. And color. Oh, and an interesting comment that Wanda notices that Vision turns red before we as the audience do. Yep. She says it while it's still black and white for a moment, which is an interesting little to catch.
Oh, I love this intro.
Me too. And the new pieces we've added in here too. Yeah. We still haven't stopped and analyzed it, but sometime we've got to just like stop and really pause our way through that intro and see all the pieces.
Just naming all the different scenes.
Oh yeah, agreed, Geek Girl. It's interesting that it's not skippable like we're used to on most things. Even Mandalorian would let you skip.
Oh, his hair.
Definitely moving forward in time.
This reminds me somewhat of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, it's probably that era of sitcom, right? The baby crab. There's Monica Rambeau.
Agnes.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Where's Wanda's magic when you need it?
Aw.
Speaking of your Brady Bunch thing, right?
Yep.
A Rhoda and Brady Bunch vibe from it. Yeah. Indeed.
Literally.
Practically overnight. You'll love it though, right? Oh, God. Right.
Wow.
The size of that. So they really have a new house all of a sudden, too, huh?
Yeah. Style definitely
Although
changed.
same address. Look at that, 2800. What the?
Just a little.
Speaking of
And it
weird
just keeps
things in the
going.
world here, not to mention a hedge trimmer would never go through that, right?
No.
Make it I mean, kind of the cardboard walls of our world are wood.
You're right, Good Girl. It is styled like the Brady Bunch house.
Ah,
Colors and all.
good catch. I saw that coming. Ow.
He definitely needs to be gummed to be funnier, yep.
Oh, jeez. That was too much fun.
Yep.
Yes, the blank stare on the neighbor was definitely creepy. Back to, it was another break of the world for a moment.
Speaking of.
Yeah, that's cool. uh, of course, from the trailers.
Mm-hmm. I know. Vision is so endearing.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Wow.
Don't need to know that part.
I mean, it's just like him overanalyzing before in the last piece, too. By the way, you think that pineapple is the one that the neighbor brought over back in the first episode?
Oh, gosh, that's probably it. If she does that pregnant, I wonder what the kids are going to do.
Oh, speaking of these things. Careful what you have one to do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're married. Those two.
Oh, didn't know that connection. Now she looks really big now.
No kidding. Oh.
that reset.
As we got close to touching on it again.
Yeah. So when it gets close, it just breaks. Aww.
Exactly. Another rewind. It's like we got close to it one more time. Vision left it go.
Helpful, Vision. Helpful.
Back down.
The breathing's for him, not her.
Yeah. Oh, our commercial this time.
Oh,
I'm voting
as
for
it's
Ultron,
going on.
but oh, interesting. It's Hydra again. I was thinking we were going to keep moving on since we had Tony, Stark. Well, not necessarily Tony, but it's Stark, then Strucker. I figured we'd move on, but no, we kept with Hydra again.
Might be because Hydra's such a prominent thing in her
Oh, it was
past.
a big thing in her
So
life.
maybe we'll see
growing
that
up.
a few episodes and then we'll move on.
Yeah, it definitely
Thanos
could
might be the last one, considering.
Exactly.
Ooh.
It's like, yeah, get way out there, episode 8 and 9. Of course they are. Yes, and again, another
That's
reference
true.
to escaping reality.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. Just like we've had the pieces about, don't forget the past, the future is now, and exactly, or this escape reality vacation. Wash it away, really, with soap, right?
Is that an animal sound?
Uh-huh.
Tell me suddenly the kids are there.
We'll have a stork come and bring the kids
There
in,
you go.
right? Just like she painted on the wall. Wow. I saw that outfit in the trailer, but dang. Nice. Their outfits here, man. Every different episode changed the outfits entirely, too. So cool.
That's going to be a little hard to hide if she keeps doing that.
I wonder when Monica will realize who she is, though, too. Yeah, I wonder that too. But my guess is that somehow they'll just all accept it. They'll all know.
Yeah. Oh, Stork! Is that Stork? You're right.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. It's your ventriloquism act.
My throat.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's interesting how the stork, right?
Yeah. I'm wondering it's because it has to end up delivering a kid, maybe.
Yeah, is it a war within herself? Like part of her wants it and part of her doesn't right now, or
Good question.
is it somehow an external pressure going on? Fish.
That's
Great. I didn't even catch that she had fish on the pants before. It's like, oh man.
I wonder if the stork and her and trying to hide it. Nice. It's kind of that battle between hiding from her things from her and not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm curious. How coincidental.
Yeah.
I mean, I even have the question on whether she changed whether she got fired versus promoted there. Because it felt like that story was going to get her getting fired.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Wanda had a problem with that, and boom, she's promoted. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of like the shifting reality thing.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
And true, the stork might be another force. Yeah.
Well, the painting circling too.
Kind of pressing. Oh my. The thing spinning. That's so...
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I love it. Yeah, the craziness and zaniness of all of it. It's great. And it's two of our characters in the middle of it, too. It's, yeah.
Electricity. I'm wondering if she might be maybe being electrocuted wherever she is. That sounded like electricity in the background. And her paired with her screaming.
That's interesting. Interesting. I don't know. All the questions we have that we won't get till we finally really pierce this veil.
Yep. No one's going to explain how he carried him so quickly to the house. Just whatevs.
But there's only one.
Interesting.
But right, back to just how everybody seems to accept these weird things in reality.
Yeah.
The super speed. It's like we were flying.
Her belly still looks so big though.
It's nice. Just having to go back to looking like Vision for a moment like that.
Yeah.
Accepted the name.
Aww.
Billy.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
There have been some reality breaking moments in this one, but not as big as what we've had before, so I'm kind of waiting for it still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's both boys like in the comics. It's an interesting piece, too. Yeah. Kind of going back to that idea that Wanda's created a bubble over a real town here, maybe.
Yeah. And that they're all stuck in whatever this is.
Guess for your pieces to break reality a little, here we come. Think we'll ever see Ralph?
Good question. Thing going there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the
background.
big background.
Just-
Oh, that's right. I forgot they were twins specifically.
This is not something you should want to remember right now. By the way, her accent actually coming through a bit here now, finally. Because her accent's been so American through the show so far. Ooh.
Yeah.
Monica's getting her memory back here.
That
too.
did trigger memory.
She's gonna reset this somehow. No way she doesn't,
She
right?
probably is. Sitting too close.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't reset in the same way, though.
No,
Kind of feels like she's purposely holding
not
it.
yet. Ah, the sword necklace.
Yep. She seems to be having that kind of I don't know where she came from that they both had in like the first episode.
No kidding. It's interesting. The one would try to not let Vision find out, right? Ooh, God.
Yeah.
That look. If looks could kill. Sorry. Anyway. You love the cord. There was no extension cord on that. He just pulls the cord out. Where that was plugged into?
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
But she has no.
Mm. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at that sun.
Well, and the dimension, the aspect ratio popping it. And shrinking down. We're going more movies in our shape and size here. Oh, we saw that from the trailer.
Oh.
That's her getting kicked out of Westview right there.
But to where?
Well, it was kind of a shielded thing. This kind of goes back to that idea that, it's
that
a bubble around
a
real
bubble.
village, right? Well, we have back to going through the trailer.
Yep. And they look like they've set up encampment around the barrier that's over there.
With something like that going on, right?
Oh.
Wow. Whoa.
Okay, so they're in some sort of bubble.
So have we seen everything from that first trailer now? Is there anything that we're missing from the... Well, yeah, because we did hear a little speaking out there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we got a little more to catch up in the probably in the next episode, and then we'll probably be completely through the trailers.
Yeah, most of it's
Most
pretty
of it.
much seen
Wow.
at this point.
And in only 3 episodes out of 9. I mean, we're only a third of the way through the show right now.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, 30% I guess might be even more accurate just because, we know we have longer episodes in there too. Mm-hmm. Wow.
So that was fun. I wonder if she was put in that bubble in the first place to try and investigate what's going on or to try to help, and now she's gotten jitted out.
Well, although we also had the piece coming in, which I said, I'm still, and I think you're agreeing with me that it's probably Wu back from Ant-Man and the Wasp, who we know is cast in the show, asking who's doing this to you, Wanda.
Sounds very close to the voice.
I mean, we definitely had that piece in there. So that suggests that they don't think she's purely doing it of her own accord. Mm-hmm. And then of course, there's all the theories sitting out there about Mephisto or Grim Reaper or even Agatha the Witch, who could be Agnes over there, the neighbor. So there's a lot, who knows, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, do we have? Let's see. Also, Sleepy Jean being the end, also being symbolic of them being caught up in Wanda's dream world, I think. Mm-hmm. Man, it's intriguing. It so plays to that sitcom style, and yet
there's these moments where it kind of breaks from it, and it's just...
Yes,
like, just what's going on?
We have this good drama. It's so intriguing, pulling in with the Easter eggs.
And that look Wanda gave to Wanda's like, oh.
That was scary for a moment right there.
Yeah.
You're worried about her safety there for a bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, quite scary.
It's like, yo...
Reminded me of how she looked when she decided to fight against the Ultron bots. Just that moment.
Oh, jeez. Not Ultron. I think you mean Thanos.
Thanos, right? Yeah.
Oh,
where she was just like, just ready to crush him.
That was a terrifying moment.
Oh.
And again, she would have killed him. I mean, that would never have been a match between the two of them if it wasn't for sending the ship to just blast down onto the field.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it seems like the decades are passing because of the way we're jumping into different comedy shows, but it doesn't seem like it's passing for them in that kind of sense. It's like...
No, it's just all of a sudden, hey, it's just how it always has been. Just like, oh, we super speeded over here. Oh, that's normal. It's just going faster than I wanted to go. Oh, you're pregnant? Yeah, sure. That's always how it's been.
Yeah.
It was that moment in the second episode, right? Near the middle of the second episode, where the whole reality got broken for a minute, and what's her name? It begins with a B. I think that one neighbor, right? The one who's the super popular one who seems to run the whole neighborhood.
Oh yeah, her. Yep.
And she all of a sudden seemed to not know who Wanda was for a moment.
Yeah, and she's like,
in that
where am
break.
I? Who
Dottie.
are you?
Oh, not a
Dottie,
B
yes,
name.
Dottie.
You're right.
And
Yeah.
then it gets back, and then she's back to that accent and that. So it's wondering if like people stuck in that bubble too, who are pretty much playing the part not knowingly, and kind of like this weird brainwashing thing going on.
Exactly. Oh, I'll kill that timer up over top of us because we are done through here. That was the end of the end credits going by. So let me stop that. There we go. No need for that to be up over top of us anymore. And as I said, don't worry, we can keep talking for however long. No worries there. Okay. So, it's the craziest part of the episode.
Craziest part of the episode. Everything just spinning, fire
Oh,
going
jeez.
on.
Yeah, that was...
During the giving birth, that was like, oh yeah.
That definitely was. I love the rain just popping out all of a sudden, for the water breaking. Yeah, Wanda creating an alternate reality bubble. Yeah.
That's definitely what it's looking at.
It's looking more and more that way right now, to be sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a crazy moment, too. It's definitely the scariest moment of that episode.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
And she's like, she had to go home with that air of just like, ugh.
Well, and we've seen Wanda screw with reality a couple times here, too. She just rewound everything once. And then, I don't know if did she erase Monica's memory a little, bring her back into reality, or not? Or was it just Monica completely playing it off and trying to pretend she didn't know?
It seemed more like the pretending no, because we
Yeah.
didn't see like a glitch or a pause or a rewind. It was more,
Exactly.
it really seemed like it was Monica not wanting to kind of push that further.
And now that we've seen outside the bubble for a moment, are we going to go ahead and not purely be inside it? Because we know from the trailer that we do get to hear them talking outside the bubble a bit. So I imagine next episode we'll also get to see outside the bubble a little more. We'll finally get a bit more of the what's going on from the outside perspective, I'm guessing.
That would make sense.
Are all the other people sword agents?
Good question.
That would be my guess.
It seems like that might be the case because at the end of, was it the first step? Yeah, I think it was the first episode where we pull back and then like on the side of the corner of the monitor of this person watching kind of like the first episode kind of on that TV. Yeah, it had a sword symbol on it.
Yeah. And then the sword helicopter that came in.
Yep.
And then obviously Monica's from Sword. The Beekeeper's from Sword. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. It would seem to be. And also that would lead to confirming what the big theories were and what we have thought since we saw Nick Fury back at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, up in space. Sword being the successor organization of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's right.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about that.
I said S.H.I.E.L.D's fallen, but hey, replace it with Sword right there.
Yep.
What was the deal with the store?
That's a good question. We were thinking maybe it's to deliver the babies, but no,
But
it was
didn't,
just... I don't know.
Wanda breaking her own reality, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know. Why, though?
I don't know. But there was some conflict definitely going on there. And obviously she was losing the conflict. But then yeah, no, I don't know.
Well, I mean, there is a whole theory that Mephisto / Grim Reaper, that Mephisto has been manipulating her to have the kids so then he could use it because that matches up with some of the comics. Now, I don't fully know all of that, but if so, yeah, then maybe there's some other powerful being. Maybe Mephisto's behind the stork, therefore having pushed that side of what's going on. So the devil, Mephisto,
that was
the
kind of the
witches.
fight, that symbolic fighting against that, but...
The devil and witches are said to be, to become animals, so perhaps a bunny and stork were one of them. Oh, the bunny, too. That's interesting.
Well,
I didn't really give much thought to the rabbit.
And what other animal... The only animal that I can think of in the first episode of note was not crabs, but lobsters. Though they weren't alive. Or were they?
I guess the lobsters should have been alive. If you're cooking lobster, they should be alive.
They
in the
should
first
be.
place.
And there was the lobster at the doorknob too. Like, there was a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of pointing out to the lobster.
True. I mean, we had lobster, then a rabbit, then we've got the stork. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. I don't know.
And we didn't get to really see if the lobster was really as alive because she quickly threw it out
True.
the window.
True, she did. And then we got a door knocker lobster.
Yeah.
Oh, man, so much is interesting going on.
Yeah, so next episode we have to see if there's some sort of other animal, like, kind of partly featured. Interesting.
Yeah. And then try to figure out what the heck all that means if it is.
Yeah.
Good luck
Well,
with
next
that.
one is going to be a doggy. Because a pet.
Interesting.
I don't know. This is just...
Okay.
something
I was
going
trying to go like dog for what reason?
I don't know.
So it's gonna be
Depending
a
on the
cat.
time
No, it's gonna be a
period.
cat.
But on TV, they usually show doggies.
They show cats
That's man's
too.
best friend. Vision gets a little doggy.
Wanda gets a cat.
There we go.
There you go. Vision's
There
dog
you go.
person, Wanda cat person. Yeah, talking about the hints. Yeah, especially in the second episode had so many death and devil things going on. Is it more than just that? You know, for the devil. Yeah, it's interesting stuff.
That's a good point. I didn't remember the devil being in more of the
Yeah.
details.
The bunny suddenly appeared, when we were going to do the pull the bunny out of the hat trick right there. Or actually even before that, right?
Definitely more cute Vision. I can definitely see Vision
Yeah.
just simping over a little doggy.
No kidding. Especially if this is a looser Vision. He's more free. But then again, that was happening over the course of the movies. We just didn't get to see it as much because we got so little time.
Yeah, it wasn't as this adorable type character,
True.
though. It was much more like calm, much more reserved, and he was slowly kind of opening up. But I didn't get the feel of that kind of personality.
True.
Then again, Wanda didn't have this personality either.
To be sure. But even then, he was opening up more. Maybe he would have gotten there eventually. I don't know. But
Could be.
heck, Civil War, he gets to the point that he can actually be distracted in his own head, surprising him. Then in Infinity War early on, the levelness, heck, he even got tongue-tied in Infinity War with what he wanted to say to Wanda
Yeah.
about asking her to stay or, asking them to run away. And so, yeah, it's like, and this is just that much further, so much further, which is great to be able to see them.
Yeah, it would definitely be helpful to watch Age of Ultron again, especially
Certainly, yeah,
references.
You get a ton out of Wanda in there and a little bit of Vision. But
Yeah, an idealized version of him, though, makes sense. It also seems to be an idealized vision of herself as well. And yet,
Yes.
obviously, her darker sides escapes, like this last time with
a little
Monica.
scary right there.
Yeah.
Although, from what I know of the comics, now, neither of us have read comics in terms of Marvel. I mean, our Marvel is the MCU. Mm-hmm. So.
Yep.
But still,
unless you count, the Adventures of Spider-Man or,
if you want
the
to talk some of
X-Men, but they're
animated
not
shows,
the
X-Men
same.
animated
Or
shows or
yeah.
something. Or the X-Men movie, other live-action movies, sure, but...
Yeah.
Although the X-Men aren't part of the MCU yet anyway.
Not yet.
So this is true. Or the old Spider-Man movies, for that matter. But yeah, true. But yeah, otherwise I know from the comics, what were we... Jumping back in time there for a second. Oh, in the comics that part of House of M, which seems to have a lot of relevance to here, is that Wanda did become an enemy to the Avengers, at least for a bit, as she was attacking and lashing out at them because she felt threatened or something of that nature. I mean, a Wanda doing that would be scary.
Ooh, especially this Wanda and this, considering her power. It's like she almost defeated Thanos. Thanos had to use the ships blasting because he was about to be killed by Wanda.
No, I said Wanda is, I mean, the only person you can power-wise put her up to that currently exists in the MCU that we know, who isn't a planet, who no longer exists.
Wasn't a planet. Yep. Okay. That's a little bit way too powerful.
Aside from that, but the only other person that comes up to her power level is Captain Marvel. That's it. I mean, even Vision, we know she can beat Vision one-on-one. Now that she has a special advantage there, too, so
Yeah.
we can argue which one's really more powerful, but still.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree that we get to see them in these slice-of-life situations. We don't really get to see that from our Marvel characters so much. There's these little snippets like the movie where they're trying to pick up the hammer, where they're all just chilling with each other. They're trying to figure out, like, you can't pick up the hammer.
Yeah, one of the great pieces of Age of Ultron. That, and then when they were at the house, at Hawkeye's house.
Oh, yeah. When they first get there. And they're just...
Yeah. Those pieces were nice.
It really is.
It's hard in a movie because, I mean, it's so plot and we don't get the time.
Yeah.
Heck, we've talked about how much it would be cool to just let's just take a completely normal type show and set it during the snap. Those 5, set it like right before the snap and then through the 5 years. Something that would be normal. It doesn't have to be no superheroes or whatever. Just a normal set of people.
Yep, and we reference them because they are part of the world, but how does the world kind of manage these 5 years where half the population just got zapped? How do you work? How do you, just do anything with that happening? And then the perspective of these people who don't exactly know what happened, who did it, how to happen, will it happen again? Is this...
Exactly. I would love for Marvel to really go do that. I don't expect them to do it, really. Although, yeah, I said, love to see it.
I was kind of hoping Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. would have touched that a little bit, too. Kind of like how they kind of managed that.
But I said, there was so much promise in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Don't get me wrong, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., great show. I mean, we both think so, but there's so much promise for the interconnection to the MCU because it was supposed to be that. And, well, obviously, that never happened. We got some guest stars from the MCU over on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but that was about it. And that was sad. What can you do? Still hoping that they'll bring some of those characters actually into the MCU for real, though.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So what episode do we think will explain how Wanda got into the fake reality? See, they're 8 episodes, right?
Well, here's the thing. Even outside, even S.W.O.R.D. doesn't know how she got in there yet, though. Because otherwise, we wouldn't have had, again, who I'm assuming is Wu, wouldn't be asking Wanda who's doing this to you. So that means they don't know. So even getting to hear from them isn't going to answer that question yet.
Yeah. And we kind of have to start with, kind of like, we're in this odd reality. And then comes the puzzling of how did we get there. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing it'll be somewhere around 6.
Yeah, I'd go 6, 7, somewhere about that final third of the show. It's got to be, I mean, they're 9 episodes. I'm going to guess not in the front half, so not the first 5, so.
Yeah. We're already starting to shed light that there's something, really off. And now Vision's, really keyed into it, although he got kind of reversed for that moment there.
That from the trailer hasn't come in yet, too. Remember Vision starting to really question things and get confronted with it a little more.
I don't remember that part.
Remember the car coming by, and there was a little bit of a conversation that almost was like how he wasn't supposed to be here, and almost got close to talking about he was dead. So yeah, that's got to be next episode.
Probably, yeah. Especially since we're starting to touch at that at the end of that episode.
Yeah, so that's got to be episode 4. But it looks like it's Vision who will first really start to become aware and willing to question everything that's going on.
And able to question it without Wanda doing the weird reset like she did at the end of this one.
As long as he doesn't talk to her.
Yeah.
Directly. But even that would only reset a certain bit. It wouldn't reset everything that happened the other day, right? Mm-hmm. I said the real question and the point comes when Wanda's willing to start questioning it.
No idea.
I don't know what brings Wanda around to the point that she's willing to question it, though. I mean, the other thing we talked about, heck, the time periods going forward gets closer and closer to actually the events of Age of Ultron, to the events of Infinity War where Vision dies. So we're getting closer to that bit by bit as well. So who knows? Let's see, what else do we got up here? So I suppose we got Gig Girl here. Reason It's more complicated as to why she lashed out in House of M. Might be spoilers to tell why. Yeah, I can imagine.
That makes sense.
Just because we don't know how much. Obviously, Kevin Feige and company have taken lots of inspiration from the comics, but always put their own spin on it too. So, hard to say.
So Ultron came back as something called an Ultron virus.
Well, he certainly could be brought back. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the neighbor did seem to kind of notice the oddness.
Talking about the fence scene out there where both Agnes and... I'm not sure what the other guy's name is.
I don't know what his name is.
Have we actually identified it? Oh, Herb. That's Herb, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway.
I'm not good with names, so I can't...
Where they both were noticing, and they were even gossiping about whatever.
Yep, Herb,
it is
thank
Herb.
you.
So, yeah, they even debating whether Vision should be told about it. And it's interesting that Agnes decided not, but Herb wanted to tell them. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's an interesting division between the two.
Yeah.
Which could argue for Agnes, well, not... Because Herb's big thing, what you could tell what he was talking about, was saying about what was being done to them. Mm-hmm. Agnes was not saying the same thing. She didn't quite echo Herb and then was against it being said.
Yeah, what she was talking about more was against Monica. Like, oh, she's not from here. You should be suspicious of her.
Exactly. Which, again, if Agnes is akin to Agatha, the witch, or whatever from the comics,
she wouldn't
then she wouldn't want somebody like Monica in here screwing with whatever they're trying to do, right? So, interesting question in its own right.
Yep.
Yeah, you're saying you're pretty sure. It's like that would definitely, lend us to think so. I wonder if we'll, I said, next episode we'll probably see outside, so we'll probably get to see Wu next time.
That would make sense.
I mean, we know he's in the show. I mean, the casting was announced. Heck, we even saw him and Darcy, by the way, both in the launch event. So Darcy should pop out too, which... doing some kind of science-y thing in regards to trying to figure out what's going on, I imagine.
Could be.
So maybe next episode. So much. Okay. Anything else we were missing in there? Let's see. She has an agenda for sure. Yeah, indeed.
Yep, definitely.
Indeed.
Question is when we find out what it is.
Soon. Wu was the guy on the radio. Yeah, that was my comment.
That was our thoughts on the voice.
Yeah. As I said, just listening to his voice back over.
We just pulled up a scene
as well.
From Ant-Man.
It certainly sounds like that's Wu.
Yep. Good night, Allison.
Yep. I said I'd say have a magical day. I guess it's the middle of the night, at least for you. Although there are, I guess if we're any Europeans watching, it's day. But so, have a magical night, and may the force be with you.
Always. Oh yeah, and Jeremy made this really cute Vision and Wanda little music video. The cute, lovable moments between them in the first two videos. It's so adorable.
Yes. Probably everybody's seen it over here in the chat, I'm guessing, but...
Good morning, Darscal.
Yes, Darscal, I can say good morning to you over there. Oh, you haven't gone and seen the video yet? Well, you got to go check that out. I put that out, I think it was Saturday? No. It was a couple days later, wasn't it? Maybe Monday. Probably Monday.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah, it was probably Monday. So I'm going to try to get more videos out like that as we go through, make them different subjects, put them together. See what I get for this one here. And I'll probably just use footage from like the first 3 episodes for this one or something. I'm thinking funny moments, maybe. I don't know.
This
We'll
time's
see
funny
where we go.
moments. Last time was lovable moments between WandaVision. This time is funny moments.
Maybe we'll go crazy moments after some of the stuff that happened this episode.
Plenty of that in this one.
I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. There was fun stuff in that second one, too, for some of that with the magic show.
The gum drunkenness. Thank you. I was happy to join us. Kind of shy, so just coming for the camera. It's like, okay, I'll do it. It was actually pretty fun. It was nice to meet y'all.
Yep. And so, as I said, probably winding down here. As I guess we'll probably get ready to sign off ourselves. Get some sleep, right?
Sleep.
Oh, am I doing a breakdown video tomorrow or no? I wasn't planning on it. I mean, I could end up doing one if people are really wanting one, but I wasn't planning on doing a breakdown video afterward. I said, let me know. Is that something you're interested in? Go ahead and definitely let me know in the comments, in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, otherwise I'll say to everybody, yeah, thanks for going ahead and joining us, both in the chat and even everybody else who's just been watching. Also, thank you everybody who's clicked the like button, help make the video get out there a bit more to everybody. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
It was a pleasure for being here and just reading the comments and talking and just... Because usually while we watch, shows, we're usually just quiet, just absorbed. You're getting
quiet.
less that way now because you're getting used to that.
Well, but even then, heck, we have to go ahead and pause the... so next we can talk.
Pause the talk,
so.
yeah.
So there's that.
So it's different. It's different to just, just say it as it's going and just... yeah, it's really different.
Oh, Darscal, so the fan mail thing, I was looking into it. I was going to say, P.O. boxes around here are not the least expensive. I guess it depends on where you live as to how expensive P.O. boxes are, I guess. But, so, if so, I'd figure, I know I've seen some channels that have done one where they open it up for, say, just like a month or two and do a fan mail thing like that. And I'm thinking that would probably be more the route that would end up going. So, I was looking into it, and that's what I was thinking there. So, I don't know. Figure out the timing a little more on that. Maybe end of the year kind of thing. Say November, December. Maybe something like that. Haven't decided for sure yet, though. So, but having looked into the prices, I don't think that's something I want to just keep open on a year-round basis. Certainly not at this point. I mean, I guess if the channel were bringing in like a ton of money or something, it would be one thing. But it's not doing that. So, so yeah.
And it's really nice to hear that there's interest in fan mail, too. That Jeremy's doing a lot of happy stuff for people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm only too flattered right there by that. So, definitely. I mean, yeah, I'm flattered by everybody who comes and watches these, who joins us here in the live watches, or makes comments, whether they're in a chat or afterward. Yeah, heck, I'm flattered that we've got patrons, too, so... It surprised me, flabbergasted me a little too, I mean, don't take that the wrong way, but it means so much. Okay, so I said,
a good breakfast. I remember
yes,
it was like you're the morning breakfast.
So I think we will go ahead and sign on off here.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say before we do?
I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, again, I was really happy just kind of talking about the show and talking with y'all. So definitely going to be doing that next week and for the rest of WandaVision. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to see what's happening here in this world.
And then we'll go to Falcon and the Winter Soldier eventually.
Ooh, yes.
Which looks movie quality from those trailers.
I know. It's like, wow. Yeah. The effects have gotten definitely better.
Oh, yeah. The budget they're spending on it. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway. Until then, everyone, have a magical day, and may the Force be with you.
Always.